Just like the Glazers, Ratcliffe was sung by Manchester United fans 8 days ago. Ratcliffe was the target of vitriolic chanting as supporters protested higher ticket prices before facing Everton, which confirmed his honeymoon period as co-owner was over. There were green and yellow flares set off and anti-Glazer banners raised. Unfortunately, Ratcliffe seems to have more in common with the Glazer family than was initially thought, and it wouldn't be a complete surprise if he took a page from their playbook to replace Dan Ashworth. United waited 4 months for Ashworth to begin work at Old Trafford because he had to serve a period of gardening leave, but he spent just 5 months as the club's sporting director. United released a statement on Sunday and said Dan Ashworth will be leaving his role as sporting director of Manchester United by mutual agreement. We would like to thank Dan for his work and support during a transitional period for the club and wish him well for the future. Club sources have claimed the decision was made collaboratively following a period of transition, but it's thought INEOS instigated the decision to end Ashworth's contract. The decision has been described as very difficult for both parties, and United reiterated Ashworth has conducted himself with integrity and decency throughout his time at the club. Ratcliffe is believed to be recording fly-on-the-wall footage at United with a view to releasing a documentary on the club's rebuild down the line, and it should make for compelling viewing if the circumstances that led to Ashworth's departure are ever brought to light on screen. It seems inevitable any potential documentary would gloss over Ashworth's departure though. The parting of ways is not a good look for INEOS, and it will be fascinating to see whether they appoint a replacement, promote from within, or disseminate Ashworth's former responsibilities. A club source was mute when the search for a successor was mentioned on Sunday morning, and making the correct decision this time after botching Ashworth's appointment is crucial. So who are the names to be aware of? While United search for a successor or decide if they want to hire one, Omar Berrada's CEO and Jason Wilcox, technical director, are set to assume more responsibility, and perhaps Christopher Vivell, interim director of recruitment, will be given a permanent role after making a strong impression since being appointed by INEOS in July. Former Chelsea technical director Vivell has a contract until February and will remain in his role until then, with the possibility he then takes up the position on a permanent basis. Ashworth's responsibilities could be absorbed by Berrada, Wilcox and Vivell, but it seems more likely a permanent successor will be appointed given Ratcliffe's best in-class mantra. If Ratcliffe promoted someone from within the club or made staff absorb responsibilities, that would be cost-effective and very Glazer-esque. The Glazers promoted Ed Woodward and subsequently Richard Arnold to powerful positions, and they favoured staff they knew. It would be a huge red flag if Ratcliffe adopted the same approach, so hopefully there is due diligence underway and a list of candidates to replace Ashworth has already been made. Paul Mitchell, who is from Greater Manchester, was linked to the job before joining Newcastle, and Dougie Freedman is the bookmaker's favourite. PSG sporting director Luis Campos is also set to be available as there is a rift in Paris, and his contract expires at the end of the season. Ashworth was Ratcliffe's prime target for the inaugural sporting director role, and where the British billionaire turns next remains to be seen, but he cannot make another mistake. Ruben Amorim, Manchester United's newly appointed manager, has continued to shape his tactical vision a crucial phase of their Premier League fixture against Nottingham Forest, with key updates on player injuries and return dates, during a December 6th training session at Carrington. The Portuguese coach, known for his innovative approach, has begun implementing significant changes to boost the team's performance and adapt to their demanding winter schedule. Formation shift. Amorim emphasised his preferred 3-4-3 system, which he successfully used at Sporting Lisbon. This setup involves high pressing, swift ball movement, and a reliance on attacking wing-backs to maintain defensive balance while creating offensive opportunities. Luke Shaw is being prepared for a role as a left-sided centre-back. This change aims to leverage Shaw's defensive skills while minimising the physical toll of a full wing-back role Antony has been experimented with as a right wing-back. This positional switch could rejuvenate his form, allowing him to contribute defensively and exploit space on the flanks. During counter-attacks, player engagement. Amorim actively participated in the session, offering one-on-one guidance to key players like Kobbie Mainoo. This reflects his commitment to developing a cohesive team identity and ensuring every player understands their role. Intensity and focus. The training session was characterised by high energy, with players involved in rapid, competitive drills that mirror the fast-paced nature of Premier League games. Amorim's hands-on involvement reinforced his philosophy of hard work and tactical discipline. Amorim's proactive adjustments come as the club sits mid-table in the Premier League, aiming to bridge the gap to the top four. His innovative training approach and positional experiments are pivotal as United prepare for their next fixtures, including challenging encounters against top-tier rivals. The upcoming matches will test whether these training ground changes translate into improved performances on the pitch. This session has set the tone for an exciting new chapter under Amorim's leadership at Manchester United.